In this video, we're gonna look at the support for keyboard and mouse on consoles. Recently, I went out and I bought this K63 wireless together with this lapboard here, guys. See, we got a nice, sweet looking mouse pad as well. I also have a mouse here somewhere. Unfortunately, it's wireless, so I've lost it. Anyway, the important question is, how good is a solution like this on the Xbox? Let's have a look at it. Let's dig into it. Hey, how is it going, guys? It's Robin here on RB and Hardware. On this channel you'll find PC hardware as well as gaming peripherals and pretty much everything in between. And so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing and don't forget to tap the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. Now, since Microsoft announced the love for keyboard and mouse for the Xbox, I have been incredibly excited for the simple fact that we finally get to enjoy Xbox games with keyboard and mouse support from the couch. But anyways, what do you guys think about this? What keyboard and mouse are you currently using? Also, at any point during the video, feel free to check out all the peripherals that I'm currently using. I have everything listed down below in the description. Now, this whole keyboard and mouse stuff obviously adds a lot of questions here. How good is the experience? Does all keyboards and mice fully work here? And what about supported games, apps, and yeah, the dashboard? Can you ditch the controller completely now? In this video, yeah, I figured let's talk about it. Now, since Fortnite started accepting mouse and keyboard on Xbox, I have been jamming, and I figured now I kind of got enough experience to talk a bit about it. What works, what doesn't, if it's worth it, what keyboards and mice are actually supported. Obviously a ton of questions here, guys. I am excited as always, hope you are as well. Let's jump into it. So roughly, I think it was 2 months ago, Microsoft announced on the X018 event, I think it's called, and I think it was actually Major Nelson who broke the news.
What's up, Xbox Fortnite fans? It's your boy Mooney from Epic here to talk to you about keyboard mouse support. We talked a little bit back in our State of Dev about how we want to give you the ability to play where you want and how you want. That started with Fortnite Mobile, and now with keyboard mouse support, you have more options for input than ever. You might be wondering about fairness as you queue up to play with your squad. If you queue up with keyboard and mouse, you will be matched up against other players on keyboard and mouse. This is a part of our input-based matchmaking we implemented a couple of weeks ago.
Now, there is a list with a limited number of games supporting this at the moment, guys, and as of posting the video, the list of games supporting keyboard and mouse is around 10 games, I think. Now, it should be said I haven't tested this, but what Microsoft said back then was basically that apart from Fortnite and Warframe, Bomber Crew, Deep Rocket Galactic, Strange Brigade, Vermintide 2, War Thunder, and X-Morph Defense was also getting the support, and this was back in November 2018, and even Children of Morta, Daisy, Minion Master, Moonlighter, Vigor, and Wargroove was also gonna get added support in the future. Now, I haven't tested this. I've just tested Fortnite here, so I can't tell if this is working right now, but yeah, what's important here is that they are working to bring out more games to yeah, support this as well. And what they also said, that all developers have the tools and assets they need to create tailored mouse and keyboard experience for their games as well. And so theoretically, every upcoming game could get full support for keyboard and mouse in the future, guys. We don't know that. It's up to the developers here at this point if they're gonna add this or not. Now, obviously the biggest announcement was Fortnite, and since the patch update that allowed keyboard and mouse support, I have been jamming constantly. Now, I've seen a lot of questions here regarding this, so I figured let's answer them first. Do you need to pick up a branded Xbox keyboard and mouse combo in order to get started here? No, obviously not. That would have been incredibly stupid, and quite frankly, even though there are branded Xbox keyboard and mouse kits out that you can pick up, I don't know if I would actually recommend you doing that. The most popular branded kit that I'm aware of right now is Razer's bundle that they announced on CES 2019. But if you look at the mouse pad here, how are you going to aim with such a small mouse pad? Honestly, I have no idea, guys. And I guess maybe I'm not qualified to answer here because I'm not an esport kind of guy, I guess. I'm just a pleb. Anyway, what's important here is that every USB operating keyboard and mouse ever made should work without a problem on your Xbox. Every Xbox One console, even the first one I think, has 3 USB ports. Now, using any of these ports will work just fine here. So, with that said, let's take a look at Fortnite as an example here. Since it's the only game I am playing right now, as soon as you plug in the keyboard and mouse, the game will automatically understand what's going on and pretty much remap everything, all menus and stuff, to a keyboard and mouse input, and the game will look pretty much identical to what the game looks like on a PC, minus the graphics settings of course. But yeah, as you might have figured out by now, once you have plugged in your mouse and keyboard, you are now participating in something called crossplay matchmaking between PC, PS4 and other Xbox keyboard and mouse gamers. In other words, no, you will never encounter anyone playing with the controller. Now everything works flawless from here guys. There's no lags, no delays, no hiccups, no bugs or similar as far as I'm aware. I haven't stumbled across any issues here whatsoever. It's simply silky smooth experience altogether, which is very nice. So you can essentially use your favorite wired or your wireless keyboard and mouse here. And yeah, that's what I did at first as well. But ever since I was a youngster, I've kind of always dreamt about playing with the keyboard and mouse on my couch. So what I did was that I invested in Corsair's keyboard and lapboard combo, and I added a wireless mouse so that I was able to fully enjoy couch gaming. At first I was using the G305 Lightspeed from Logitech, but recently I've been using Corsair's Harpoon wireless with the Slipstream, simply because it just came out and I was curious how well Slipstream worked, and also because I think it's pretty cool. With all this being said, reviews on all of these peripherals can be found down below guys if you wanna learn more about them. After been using this solution for a while guys, all I can say is simply wow. Now, so essentially what I'm using right now is the Corsair K63 wireless 10 keyless keyboard. So as you can see, it's a shorter keyboard without the numpad. That's why it's called 10 keyless. And this keyboard uses Cherry MX Red switches. Cherry MX Red has a linear characteristic to itself, and so it's not a tactile or a clicky switch, with about 45 grams of actuation. Now, before I used the K63, I used to game on the Ornata Chroma, but again, you can use whatever keyboard and mouse you want here. So this is essentially a childhood dream come true, kind of like, and I've always dreamt about like using mechanical keyboards and game on, sitting on my sofa like this. It's pretty epic. I mean, what can I say? Again, for mouse, I use the Corsair Harpoon RGB wireless at this point, but yeah, I used to use the G305 from Logitech also, because of two reasons really. First and foremost, it's very affordable and has the best and fastest and even most reliable wireless technology. Corsair on the other hand uses something called Slipstream, and Logitech wireless technology is known as Lightspeed, and you may have heard about them before. Logitech have for a long time been dominating wireless, much because they got the most experience in the field here, and they have been doing wireless longer than any other peripheral company out there. Lightspeed has always been extremely reliable and it's trusted among many gamers. Yeah, but anyway, as far as gaming goes, keyboard and mouse works fantastic. Simply just plug it in and you're gonna be good to go. Now, with that being said, what Microsoft still needs to do here is they need to add support for cursor in apps such as YouTube, Spotify and Twitch to make the experience even richer here, and they should add some form of mouse support for the dashboard. It wouldn't be such a bad idea either. All in all, everybody wins here. Allowing console gamers to finally use keyboard and mouse on Xbox and PS4 is very refreshing to see for me coming as a gamer. I cannot wait to actually experience more games supporting this now that we finally have the support. So with this all being said, here are my pros and cons with my current Xbox setup. So let's start with the pros here. So with a solution like this, there's no cords or wires here, it's just a small USB receiver on the back of the console. Now the mouse pad on the K64 Lapboard is not as big as a regular normal sized pad, but quite honestly I still haven't had any friends of mine trying the Lapboard out and complaining about the mouse pad that they felt forced of using higher sensitivity because the lack of space here. Another cool thing is that this solution is completely tool free, no tools are needed here whatsoever. It's quite lightweight and very comfortable. The keyboard is backlit, and when the battery runs low you can simply just plug in the included USB and run unwired. Now there are a few cons here that you guys should be aware of as well because of how the onboard memory works. The iCUE software stores your latest customized profile on the onboard memory on the keyboard, and because Corsair doesn't have a software on the Xbox that lets you control and customize such thing on the console itself, lightning patterns cannot be changed or adjusted once you have plugged it into the Xbox. That's something you need to be aware of. So in order to change pattern, this has to be done in the iCUE software before you actually plug the keyboard into the Xbox. This can of course easily be solved if Corsair would release a software on the Xbox as well. Now lastly, unless you're gonna be gaming on a solid gaming monitor guys, input will be a bit longer on TV, so technically you still get the best experience on a PC with a much faster display. But with that said, I mean, who cares really? It's much more comfortable laying in a sofa playing. You have to try this solution out if you haven't yet. It's simply amazing. Now let me know in the comments below guys, allowing keyboard and mouse on a console, is it good or is it bad? Now I'm gonna be back with a brand new video tomorrow guys. Until then, have an awesome day, alright? Bye.